Welcome to Foxborough Stadium for today's game between two teams at opposite ends of the spectrum. A team synonymous with victories, the 49ers, and the league's only winless squad, the Patriots. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Brown. Well, on paper, this looks to be a real mismatch. San Francisco seems to be regaining its Super Bowl form of 3 seasons ago, while the Patriots at 0-4 are off to one of their worst starts in team history. My partner is John Robinson, and John, there's been a lot of internal management bickering. Players last week yelling at each other and over the coaches. But what about on the field? Do these guys have a shot at it?
Oh, sure they do. But they've got to stop beating themselves. So far this season, they haven't scored a point in the first half. They've given up 14 turnovers and 21 sacks. They desperately need to get off to a good start offensively.
Steve Young is at the helm, not Joe Montana, but the offense seems to be working as well as ever.
It is, and they blend the run and the pass so well together. Our conversation with Steve Young yesterday indicated that he's very confident and very relaxed about his role as the leader of this offense. And everybody else on this team feels the same way about him.
Overcast conditions here in New England. In Foxborough, the forecast appropriate. Hugh Millen at the helm for New England, a man who's been most concerned about saving his life the last few weeks, and he's got a problem offensive line.
Well, they're going with Riccozzi at the right guard in place of Eugene Chung. This line has not gotten off to a good start. They need something good to happen to him right away.
Irving Fryer doing the job, but a surprising change in the backfield. John Stevens moving, the only experienced guy in a problem-plagued defensive secondary for the 49ers, but an experienced front line on D.
Yeah, that's an outstanding group of people up front.
Linebacking for Tim Harris off to a Pro Bowl start, and the secondary Young.
Substitutions in. So from a hurry-up standpoint, there's no advantage if the offense substitutes.
And you saw the graphic. New England has been inept, to say the least, in the first half. Through the games thus far, has not scored a point. On third down, Miller has time. Complete, and he has the first down. Ben Coates, the big tight end out of Livingstone College, tackled by David Whitmore. 2nd and 8. Miller with time, batted down, and is it intercepted? And in fact it was. Give Tim Harris the credit for batting the ball up in the air.
Well, as Yogi Berra would say, this is deja vu all over again. You know, they come right off and they have the big turnover, and this is
Brown ultimately recovered.
Well, here we get a look at the sack. Millen has enough time. He's looking to the left, doesn't find it. The pockets collapse. There's athletic move by Harris. He doesn't get the interception, but he sure caused it, and he paid a price.
Ball on the 36 of New England. First possession for the 49ers. A boot by Steve Young. Goes it complete to Rathman. First down inside the 40 line, down to about the 22-yard line. Rathman has been used quite a bit. A 15-yard gain on the part of Rathman.
Well, very difficult to have right
on 1st and 10. Waters run out of bounds. Ricky Waters, a gain of only 2 on the play, although he's done quite well through the first 4 games. San Francisco, no score. All at the 19 of New England. Young back to pass. And goes it, and it's intercepted, it looks like, by Rod Smith of New England. The rookie out of Notre Dame comes up with a big pick, his first interception of the season, and that's only the 2nd interception team-wise for the Patriots.
You're going to see Jerry Rice breaking into the middle. The ball's thrown on his back hip. There you see it. It looked like Smith was the receiver, not Jerry Rice. That's just a bad throw by Young.
3rd and 5, 4 wide receivers in for the Patriots. Let's see where the ball is marked with respect to the...
I think it's going to come up a little bit short.
John Vaughn was the ball carrier, the 2nd-year player out of Michigan, and again, it looks like the spot is a good one. Well, now, John, interestingly, it looked to be about an inch shy of it from up here, but New England is given the first down and a break they may be able to capitalize on. Outs in for the Patriots. Millen trying to signal something to, I believe, Michael Timpson. Millen taking a hard as he gets the yardage for the first down, but boy, did he pay the price. Now, we mentioned at the top, John, you did, sacked 21 times this season. You would think his body is taking enough beating, but yet he goes out and exposes himself.
Well,
First and 10, ball at the 25. The draw play to Vaughn. And Vaughn, nice little seam that time as he works his way ahead to the 30 for a gain of 5. That will bring up a 2nd and 5 for New England. Still no score. First quarter action, James Brown along with John Robinson.
Bears to last a lifetime. And Hugh Millen has had enough sacks to kill a good momentum.
3rd and 4. Millen going back to a second read. Overthrows the intended target, Ben Coates, but there is a flag on that side of the field. Make it 2 flags.
Kind of slung it out.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 41. First down.
And David Whitmore, third-year player out of Stephen F. Austin, the guilty party. So it'll be a first down for the New England Patriots.
We'll see on the right side of the screen. Millen spins around, throws the ball to the right. He's got him covered, but his left hand is wrapped around him, and that's what he called.
The spot makes it a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. The draw play to Stevens. And Stevens, using those strong legs forward, progress, should be a gain of about 3 on the play. John Stevens, a big back indeed, 6'1", 215 pounds. New England would like to see a lot more of that. 10 plays in this drive. 3rd and 4. Complete for the first down, so New England. Hugh Millen gets the ball to Greg McMurtry, and a first down.
He's making a call right now.
Irving Fryer, Greg McMurtry to the far side, but the ball is handed off to Stevens. And Stevens, John Stevens is running extremely well in the early going here. 4:21 left in the first quarter play. No score. New England on the drive. Michael Timpson to the near side. Stevens the lone back. Stevens the ball carrier. Has the first down. So it's been a lot of John Stevens on the drive for New England. A 4-yard gain on the play. And John, let's also be very honest, John Stevens wanted to play for you. Of San Francisco, no score, first quarter action here at Foxborough. Millen back to pass. Bolton sacked him. Loose ball recovered by DeLong. And there's no whistle on the play, so apparently the play is still alive. Mike Walter, give him credit, as Walter picks up his first sack of the season for San Francisco. 3rd, make that 2nd forced fumble.
Well, we're going to see a blitz off the corner from Walter. Walter's the inside backer who moved outside. And again, there's no excuse for that. They've got to pick that man up from an offensive line call. Recognize the change. 49ers gave him a little subtle change, and New England didn't pick it up.
Turned over by way of the sack. 1st and 10, San Francisco. Young going downtown. Incomplete, and there's a flag on the play. Maurice Hurst pulling at Mike Sherrard. Now that was clear at least 20 miles away, John.
And a smart thing to do, because Sherrard had him beat. There was no safety. They were running the post pattern. The safety had come up. That was going to be a touchdown.
On the ground, Waters looking for a hole. Run out of bounds by a horde of New England Patriots. A loss of 2 on a play. Steve Young at the helm, 2nd-rated quarterback in the NFL, doing a magnificent job, and he's got an experienced line.
Yes, and it's a very athletic line. They have all played together with the exception of Roy Foster for a number of years. Roy came into that offensive line last year, and Bob McKittrick, their line coach, said, boy, did a great.
2nd and 12. Young, deep drop. Sacked by Andre Tippett. First sack of the season for Tippett, the Patriots' all-time sack leader. Nearly intercepted by New England again. David Howard. San Francisco. Long of 45 this season against the Jets. And it's going to fall short. So New England will take over at its own 41. You don't see this happening too often here in New England.
Let's see if they go back to their regular style now.
1st and 10 from the 14. Waters finds a hole. First down, plus about 10. Ricky Waters showing the form that folks have been so pleased with in the early going.
You'll see them go back to their normal rhythm now.
A gain of 2 on the play makes it 2nd and 8 for San Francisco. No score in the ball game. Young rolling, throwing back and complete to Jerry Rice, who wasn't touched. And Rice, they say he was. It did not look like he was touched. And if he was back at the original spot, that will be a gain of 13, enough for the first down.
There isn't anybody anywhere near close to him. He slips and falls down. Oh, they did touch him just slightly. If that were touch tackle, everybody would be arguing and say, no, you didn't, no, you didn't.
Just 1 reception for Jerry Rice. 1st and 10. Jones in motion. Deep drop by Young. Complete to Jones for another first down. Brent Jones has really been doing a nice job. 7 catches thus far on the season. He had 4 last week for 89 yards against the Rams, and he's been a big part of that passing offense.
What?
Play 1st and 10, San Fran at the 32 of New England. Young throws it complete to Rice. And Rice, the toughest to break down after the catch. Touchdown, San Francisco. 32-yard touchdown pass from Young to Rice.
Here again, the formation's a little different. He wasn't in motion that time, but again, it's a zone defense. Rice just goes in there and stands. Now you see the great athletic move, and here comes his helpers, and it's too late now.
So graceful indeed. Only his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. He's now 5 away from 100. 165 yards last week on 8 receptions. This is Waters for San Francisco. Ricky Waters.
Boy, what a great job Jerry Rice did blocking that time.
2nd and 1 from the 43. Young. Being chased by Tippett. And the good escapability of Steve Young helps him to pick up the first down. Boy, it looked like he was right there on him. Ray at 2nd and 9. Young, deep drop, throws it complete to Waters. First down and a lot more. Ricky Waters run out of bounds inside the 25. Ball should be marked at about the 24. Jerome Henderson finally runs him out of bounds. The most painful time. 2nd and 9. Complete to Rathman, and Rathman holds on despite the hit applied by Maurice Hurst. Now, it looked like Hurst actually applied a pretty decent hit, but at 185, it might have been like a gnat. The end. 3rd and 4. Young has it batted down. Give the credit to Ray Agnew at 6'3". A good defensive play by Agnew.
How you rush it?
Hofer missed a 51-yarder, breaking a string of 6 straight field goals. This will be a 36-yarder. And it's good. Mike Hofer banging it through. 49ers move out in front by 10. Been finding its rhythm both offensively and defensively. Miller drills it complete, but it's going to be shy of what was needed for the first down. The Patriots needed to get it to about the 34. Let's see where they mark it.
Well, they gave him a great mark that time,
no
James.
kidding, John. They sure did.
It is a first down. Well,
and Millen gets rid of it quickly now. John, as we take a look at Millen on the ground, that looked to be a play where he was talking about before because he has been sacked so many times. He was looking to get rid of the ball quicker that time for the 49ers. Sean McCarthy at his own 20, low snap. And he does get a pretty good one away. Lewis from the 19. And fumble, it looks like New England may have recovered. And indeed they do. A 44-yard punt, but a turnover. And New England with 2:35 left in the first half to play, with excellent field position and a chance to break that scoreless first half string.
It's bringing the ball right back up. You got to cover it up there. An arm goes in and just starts to rip it out. It's one of the most dominant techniques in this league now. Rip the ball out. They did that time. Lewis just joined the football team, and here he makes a big error. There you see, now watch the right arm pull that ball out. New England has a chance. Look for them to go to Fryer. I can say, Dad, don't go in motion, please.
First and 15. Miller going deep. Incomplete. Excellent defensive play by Merton Hanks.
There's no place to put the ball.
Second and 15 from the 33. Gets rid of it. Complete. Now this one goes to Fryer for the first down, and there's a flag on the field as Irving Fryer hauls it in.
Watch him sit there. Now you see the blitz, number 40-53 coming unmolested. Bang. Boy, I'll tell you, that hurts. Got the ball on perfect timing to Fryer, who makes the big catch.
Miller throws it complete to Coates, and Coates inside the 10, tackled by David Whitmore, and that's a first down. Third and goal.
Blitz again.
Incomplete. The intended receiver, Irving Fryer, and Dana Hall providing the blitz. Numbers speak volumes right there. Will attempt a 24-yard field goal to give the Patriots their first points in the first half this season. And finally, the Patriots knock off the goose egg and pick up 3 in the first half. Steve Young does not win the protest, but rightfully so, as the officials are right on top of it, and that's the end of the first half. Score San Francisco 10, New England 3. Greg up next.
Had the ball more than San Francisco. Time of possession 18-12, something like that. And they've had the ball about 10 or 12 more plays. So they are doing the things that they want to do. San Francisco had a horrible first quarter, really uncharacteristic from them. We get a look at the stats that are going to show us that the San Francisco had 11 yards in the first quarter, 204 in the second quarter. San Francisco's turned the ball over twice, which again is uncommon for them.
And again, going back to what you mentioned before, San Francisco perhaps being a little greedy in that first quarter, but finding its rhythm in the second quarter.
Definitely. The ball moves over that way. He's the last guy in. He's going to get... Antonio Goss gets him from behind. It doesn't look like there was that big an injury. It must have come up in the shoulder or face, because he is still down. We see him there. His head is bent back. That's in the neck injury, and that's one is serious.
And that's exactly why all the proper time and precautions are being taken right here. We'll come back.
Your team doctors are always calling and wanting the film, try to look at cause and effect of injuries. But there's no paralysis, and I think that part is very good. One of the few times that I've seen a player taken off on a stretcher lying on his side, so we may have a problem with the arm and the upper left arm.
Net in the backfield. Ricky Waters is dropped by number 96, Brent Williams. San Francisco 0 for 2 on third down conversion. And that one must have been tipped. Deflected. Young's face says it all. Stanley led the NFL in punt returns in '89, and boy, he has to run it. A bad snap. And New England will take over with excellent field position.
They're looking at his eyes. He goes down below the camera, bobbles the football. He could have punted it, but he chose not to. I think he started looking for those sticks and said, wow, those sticks are a long way away. New England's got the chance they had hoped for. Again, look for him to go to Fryer. There you see he's down, wasn't concentrating on catching the ball. Again, look to Fryer early here. Look to Fryer on an out and up.
4 wide receivers, Timpson to the near side, McMurphy to the outside. Incomplete. Intended receiver out of a slot position was Irving Fryer. people here in the stands certainly understand that this guy is playing with a slightly separated left shoulder. A valiant effort just to still be out there.
Now, Hugh Millen has proved his courage over these first 5 weeks.
This will be a 43-yard field goal attempt by Bauman. And it's good.
Here we get a look at a coach who hasn't seen a lot of points scored, and boy, he's happy for every one he gets.
First and 10. Vaughn. No hold and drop. The first man to hit him and stop him was Kevin Fagan. Ball at the 14. Batted down. Hugh Millen's pass is batted.
Very well.
3rd and 14, Stevens. And no doing there, and you know you'll hear booze now.
Yeah, and that was the right call. This is not an offense that has been able to protect the quarterback when he has to hold the ball. When you're 3rd down and has to do is wait for the right time. Hope to keep San Francisco off the scoreboard. Try to score, go ahead.
So to underscore it again, the right call. McCarthy. And Lewis did not signal for the fair catch. Did New England recover it? It looks like the team did.
And the defensive man coming down the field. It's a San Francisco blocker that is going to knock Lewis off. Boy, I'm not sure. Boy, that's a close call. Another opportunity for New England. They've given themselves a great chance by good hustle on the special teams area.
Up 20 for 59 yards. 2nd and 10. Millen drills it complete for the first down. Michael Timpson holds on to it.
Go to the tight end coach in this thing. They're starting to get San Francisco spread out. Go for a screen pass.
And Vaughn has nowhere to run. 2nd and 14.
Here comes the blitz.
Complete. McMurtry.
Touchdown. I think that the call was that here we're going to hear the call right now. It's either touchdown or on the
Pass was
one.
completed. The runner was down on the 1-yard line. There is no score. 1-yard line. Touchdown.
Walter Tozer reports as an alternate receiver.
They'll go left.
Flag on the play as Stevens.
That was the umpire, and that could be holding, which is just...
Holding. Number 70 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Good first down.
3 wide receivers in for the Patriots. Millen. No signal yet. Touchdown, New England. Ben Coates.
That's the corner pattern we were talking about.
New England has led.
You know, when there's a call that comes slow like that, it's basically that neither official really got a great look at it, and they're kind of looking at each other, and they made the decision. We get a chance to have replay, and they don't.
The point after is blocked. So the lead by New England will remain at 2.
Get in on the left of your screen, watch him push up. He's a big guy, and he gets a step on the defensive back. Millen puts that ball high in the air where only he can make the catch. He was out of the end zone. He was out of the end zone. I don't think there's any way that you can say he was in the first thing that hits the folder.
What about the left elbow, John?
Well,
no,
you know, that's one of those kind that you go back and forth. My initial look says he's out, but the referee says he's in.
And so does Hugh Millen. And upon further review, your decision.
Yeah, this is when they say upon further review, we get a second and third and fourth look at it. Great catch, no question. Now watch his shoulder and arm hit inbounds. Boom, right there. Right there, you would have to say that that ball is in, and that's a legitimate call. Touchdown.
21, 4:50 left in the third. This is Waters. And Waters running hard and high, a gain of 5 at 26. Looking for Rice. He has him. First down. Jerry Rice across the 40. Third catch of the afternoon for Jerry Rice. Right now, let's check back in with Greg. Second and 11. Ball at the 40. 3:19 and counting. Left in the third. Tippett putting pressure on Young runs. And Young finally hit and dropped by Jerome Henderson. But a gain of 6. Incomplete intended receiver was Mike Sherrard. Now, John, as I look at that, you mentioned at the top a lot of things going bad with New England. McMurtry in motion. And Millen is sacked. Second time this afternoon, and give the credit to Dennis Brown, his second sack of the season.
We have a face mask on the defense. Because if the foul occurs behind the line of scrimmage, the ball will be returned to the line of scrimmage by rule.
Yeah, James, you called that minor. You might not feel that way. That was your eyes.
And I'm sure his family doesn't feel that way either. Complete to McMurtry. Fumble. No signal yet from the official standing right there.
It was ruled down by contact, first down.
Well, now, John, I tell you, I hear you. I think that's the right call, but why not emphatically say that with the motion by the official?
Here we see the catch. Now it's just a question, and he's not really sure. He still has the ball, the ground. When they talk about down by contact, they're talking about contact with the ground, and it was the ground that made that ball come up in the air.
All right, New England has it. First and 10. Complete to McMurtry again. First down and a lot more. Patriots. Ball at the 43. Final stanza of play. New England on top. 12-10. Millen with time. And it's complete to McMurtry. So McMurtry, the target for Millen. And a good one the last few series.
You see it. Here comes the blitz.
And Millen goes down for the third time this afternoon, and that one goes to Tim Harris. So Tim Harris picks up his 7th sack of the season. That's the 15th team sack for San Francisco. First and 10, San Francisco from a 25. Waters, the ball carrier. Trying to turn the corner and does find a hole. A first down, one man to beat. And David Poole saves a touchdown run for Ricky Waters, a 30-yard gain by Ricky Waters, and it didn't, John, look as if he had any kind of a hole, but boy, did he create one.
Play, just keep your eye on McIntyre. There's all kinds of problems out here. There was about 5 or 6 guys out there. McIntyre knocks him off. Watch him keep going, knock him off. Oh, Guy McIntyre just gets hit in the back by the 4th guy. He's going to say, hey, I got 4 guys that time.
Credit. First and 10 from the 45 of New England. Young with a lot of time. Picked off, nearly picked off by Maurice Hurst. That would have been a touchdown if he had held on to that one.
Forcing him to stay there, and he comes very late to a guy out in the flat. That's one, boy. As soon as he let that go, he said.
Second and 10 for San Francisco out of the pro set. Young, deep drop. Escapes one sack attempt and runs for the first down. That's the added dimension that Steve Young brings to the quarterback spot.
Well, that's just what we were talking about. That time to rush gave him a window. We all heard John Madden talk about that last week in the San Francisco game. We got a blitz coming.
Young has the first down. Steve
Young gives the 49ers the first down with his running ability. Behind again. Fourth quarter action. 9:40 left. Young complete to Waters. And Waters fighting with the second effort, getting down to about the 2. And it'll be first and goal from the 2, an 11-yard pass play from Young to Waters. First and goal from the 2. Young. Touchdown, San Francisco, Ricky Waters. First receiving touchdown of the season for Waters. The 49ers lead it 17-12 for San Francisco.
Here we see Jerry Rice coming in motion, and they tried to throw him the ball out in the flat. Waters was just simply running out here, and then when the play broke down, said, I'm going to get open in the end zone. Watch Steve Young's right now trying to throw to Rice. Nothing's there. Now Steve Young's stuck. He's scrambling, but he keeps his eyes on the field. Ricky Waters is running in the end zone. Hey, watch the catch, both feet in, and now watch, I got a little bit of a move. That's the first half of the move. In about 2 years, he'll have that move down.
And that's about as much of a dance as Steve. First and 10, ball at the 14 for New England. The draw to Stevens, and Stevens nowhere on the play. Timmy Harris is waiting for him, but tackled from behind by Ted Washington. Third and 6, Miller. And Millen goes down again. Fourth sack of the afternoon on Hugh Millen, and that one goes to Pierce Holt, I believe, and if so, that's his third sack of the season, 15th of the year for the team. Hit on that injured left shoulder. McCarthy punting it away. Griffin from midfield. And gets it back to about the 41. A 36-yard punt by McCarthy, and 8-yard return by Griffin. Conversion. Odessa Turner in motion. And Young, with that added dimension, runs for the first down. Boy, what a weapon to have.
You know, it's different than the way Joe Montana did it, but here again in the crucial place, he comes up with a big play. And
yards for Young. First and 10 from the 27. Waters. Waters for the first down. Ricky Waters, John, I tell you, he's so reminiscent of Roger Craig. Not quite the high stepper, but he's running just as hard.
No.
4:15 and counting left in the game. Waters again, and Waters inside the 10.
He almost made a big error, but he did.
Third and 4. Ball at the 9. 2:43 and counting. Young to Waters again. Waters run out of bounds at about the 1.
Steve Young in there to put this game away.
First and goal from the 1. Waters. And appropriately so to Waters. Touchdown, San Francisco. 19 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns on the afternoon for that young man to go along with 8 pass receptions and 83 yards. I say those are MVP-type numbers.
There's just no question. He comes off tackle. It's stacked up inside. Again, you see Guy McIntyre, Tom Rathman. Now they're all fighting. Guy McIntyre gets about 2 or 3 guys again. And Ricky Waters finds the 2 49er fans in this stadium and gives them both a hug. Pre-game warm-up, he said, stay right there.
San Francisco adding icing to it, 24-12. I know that you and our director, Larry Cavallina, and Bob Monsbach talked a lot with Ricky Waters yesterday. You guys came away really impressed with his effervescence.
Yeah, he's a kid who's just really having a good time. I think he's a little surprised things are going as well as they are for him. He was really fun to talk to. And, you know, he reminds me of Anderson from Chicago, Chuck Foreman back a few years ago, Roger Craig. They're the kind of complete backs. There aren't very many complete backs in the league now. They have the first down running back, but then on third down, when you have to throw the football, you get a new guy in there. Well, as New England is concerned, if they can go down and get a couple of big plays, get a ball thrown deep in the middle somewhere for you, go short.
To Vaughn instead. And Vaughn driven back, but forward progress. The ball should be marked at about the 26.
I think a lot of credit should go to this man, Hugh Millen. He stood in there and did an excellent job. He's got to give his.
Oh no, but actually picked up by Irving Fryer. It was intercepted momentarily, and Fryer came and took it out of the air anyway. Talk about quick lightning, quick hands.
Thrown late in the middle. Safety's got it, but he gives it back to Fryer.
Dana Hall had it momentarily, and that one is thrown complete to Greg McMurtry.
In that same kind of circumstance to get the win.
Dillon drills it complete, and it looks to be enough for the first down to Greg McMurtry. In the game. First and 10 from the 37 of the 49ers for New England. Intercepted by San Francisco, Dana Hall. And Hall tripped up from behind, and a touchdown-saving tackle by Irvin Fryer. That is the second interception of the season.
Here, you can see Jackson 40 coming. Boom, he throws the ball. Fryer just doesn't catch it. Dana Hall's just kind of hanging around back there. Now he's back. Now Fryer's going to see if he can steal that ball from Dana Hall again, but he didn't that time. This is a man that San Francisco really, is counting on to be a great safety for him. We have giving them the best aircraft, a lot of room, great hotel rooms, treats them great, and they play great. There's a very good NFL head coach talking to an embattled one. Dick McPherson did a good job, too.
And we'll be back with thoughts after this.